It is a well-known saying, nothing comes from nothing. If we now transfer this to a galactic context, a tantalizing question arises: how could the universe literally come into existence from nothing? For our earthly life, something can only be formed if the ingredients for its creation exist. But where did the material come from that made the hour of the birth of the cosmos, hence the Big Bang, possible? Can these questions even be answered with our current knowledge? Let's go in search of clues together. What happened before the universe came into existence and who created it? It seems that scientists are getting closer to the answer step by step, as amazing theories about the intelligent design of the universe are revealed to humanity. Let's try to consider this profound topic. The question of what happened before the universe is still highly controversial. According to researchers, the universe has existed since time immemorial, but space and time only appeared after the Big Bang. But what existed before that? Nothing, a singularity, or something else entirely, unknown to anyone? According to the generally accepted theory, before the Big Bang, the universe was compressed into a single point. This theory is also unproven, but many agree that our world later formed from this single point. The more interesting question is, what exactly caused the Big Bang? Chemical processes and reactions, that's possible, but when and why did matter suddenly start expanding? What or who triggered this? Who set the universe's dynamics? Whether intentionally or not, the development of science increasingly proves the existence of God or some higher being or force. The Big Bang does not rule out the theory of creation. It only explains how the universe as we know it expanded and formed. Even if the Big Bang was caused by a chemical coincidence, the question remains as to who or what created the single point from which everything arose. And all the signs point strongly to some entity that at some point in time, if time existed at all for this superintelligence, planted the seeds of the universe and allowed it to come into being. In fact, with the passage of time and subsequent discoveries, science increasingly confirms the fact that we live in a predetermined world, created by someone with a specific purpose. Who this creator is not exactly known, but there are many theories on this subject. An intangible force, like God himself, may be responsible for our existence. This force is wise, consistent, and far-sighted. Only it could have created such a complex world in which everything is interconnected. The forces of each element complement each other, and the food chain is not disrupted by the complexity of the ecosystem. Every object in the universe has its role and place, and nothing is superfluous. All this suggests that the world is the result of intelligent design. Yes, skeptics and atheists may object, why should religion be woven into science? Here I would like to remind such skeptics that religion is just an attempt by our ancestors to explain the plan of the Supreme Intelligence, the creator of the universe, from the point of view of the primitive knowledge of ancient people who did not have a James Webb telescope at hand. But let's return to our reasoning. In other words, someone planned everything well in advance, both the Big Bang and the events that followed it. Moreover, according to some researchers, the world could have been created not by one, but by several forces or entities at once. All the living things, planets, star systems and physical laws are an incredibly complex and detailed task for it to have come into existence out of nothing and by itself. And even today, humanity cannot create complex simulations that fully imitate the functioning of this world. Thanks to intelligent design, many people perceive this world as some kind of simulation. This simulation may be completely virtual, or people may be oblivious to the fact that what they think is real is not. In any case, the question arises of what happens when the simulation ends or the creator decides that enough is enough, the game is over. According to those who believe in the simulation theory, such cases have already happened many times in the past. Theoretical calculations and research show that the Big Bang was not the first, and it is quite possible that it has already happened. When the end of the universe as we know it comes, everything will collapse back to a point, so that the Big Bang will happen again later. This means that the simulation has already been interrupted and restarted several times. The simulation was restarted several times to check the results and make some adjustments. Of course, it is a truly disturbing thought that we cannot control our destiny and can only exist in such a cosmic simulation. But this simulation is our world, and we have no idea and probably will never know what lies beyond it. The idea of simulation and intelligent design can explain many of the paranormal. These anomalies are errors in the system. Surely many have seen videos on the internet with birds hovering in the air or the absence of shadows and reflections of people and objects. This can also be attributed to a system error. And it can be assumed that the existence of paranormal phenomena is a conscious hint from the Creator that we depend on the world simulated and created in advance by Him. Whether this most sacred secret of the universe will ever be revealed, the future will show. One thing is for sure, perhaps we will never know what God really looks like, unless the higher power itself wants it. This question is more of a philosophical one, since at this stage science simply cannot answer it.